Nebuchadnezzar has a dream that he cannot even sleep. 2. Then the king gave the command to call all magicians and astrologers, the sorcerers, and the Chaldeans to tell the king his dream. So they came and stood before the king. So the king is demanding everyone to tell him what he dreamed of, which is an impossible task. Right? But he needs to know what was this dream, because he's so feared. Like, he has so much fear in him because of this dream. But he needs to know what his interpretation was. 3. And the king said to them, I have had a dream, and my spirit is anxious to know the dream. Then the Chaldeans spoke to the king in Aramaic, O king, live forever. Tell your servants the dream, and we will give you an interpretation. So they're asking, hey, all right, just tell us the dream, and we'll give you an interpretation. Now, anybody can do that. Anybody can try and interpret a dream if you tell them the dream, and they might be wrong. Right? So here goes. The king answered and said to the Chaldeans, my decision is firm. If you do not make known the dream to me and its interpretation, you shall be cut in pieces, and your house shall be made an ash heap. That's how serious he is. He is willing to kill them if they can't tell him what his dream was and the interpretation, which is an impossible task. 6. However, if you tell the dream and its interpretation, you shall receive from me gifts, rewards, and great honor. Therefore, tell me the dream and its interpretation. They answered again and said, let the king tell his servants the dream, and we will give its interpretation. All right, so they insist, tell us the dream and we'll give you an interpretation. And the king's like, no, you're going to tell me the dream and the interpretation. An impossible task. The king answered and said, I know for certain that you would gain time, because you see that my decision is firm. If you do not make known the dream to me, there is only one decree for you, for you have agreed to speak lying and corrupt words before me till the time has changed. Therefore, tell me the dream, and I shall know that you can give me its interpretation. So he is demanding firmly, tell me my dream and the interpretation. Like I said, an impossible task. And they're trying to buy time. They're trying like, well, they don't want to be wrong, even though they've been wrong this whole time. Astrologers, magicians, all these people with titles, they've been wrong this whole time. But they've been fooling him. And now he wants to make sure that he is not fooled. And he is firm and wants to know that they can know the dream and the interpretation. 10. The Chaldeans answered the king and said, there is not a man on earth who can tell the king's matter. Therefore, no king, lord, or ruler has ever asked such thing of any magician, astrologer, or Chaldean. So these wise men are saying, no man can possibly tell you what you dreamed of and the interpretation. It's impossible. These are the wisest men that the king can find. And they're saying it's impossible. 11. It is a difficult thing that the king requests, and there is no other who can tell it to the king except the God whose dwelling is not within the flesh. So one thing they got right is only God can know the dream and the interpretation. That's the only way anybody will be able to know that. That's the only way. So they actually got that part right. 12. For this reason, the king was angry and very furious and gave the command to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. So the king was like, so nobody can tell me? It's impossible? Okay, he's going to kill everybody. All his wise men. So the decree went out, and they began killing the wise men, and they sought Daniel and his companion to kill them. So they went to go get Daniel and his friends to kill them as well. 2 verse 14. Then with counsel and wisdom, Daniel answered Arioch, the captain of the king's guard, who had gone out to kill the wise men of Babylon. He answered and said to Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree from the king so urgent? Then Arioch made the decision known to Daniel. So Daniel went in and asked the king to give him time that he might tell the king the interpretation. So Daniel finds out what the decree, like why is the king so urgent? Oh, he wants his dream revealed and interpreted. So Daniel goes and tells him, hey, give me time and I'll tell you the dream and the interpretation. Remember, Daniel has gifts for interpreting dreams, right? And visions. God gave him that gift. All right, so he said, all right, well, give me time and I'll be able to tell you.